I really felt the gospel begin to change me when we lost my grandmother some years back. Prior to this, I never really had experienced the loss of someone really close to me. And I remember saying to my mother, this is really insane. Like, how are we dealing with this? How are we just allowing people to die around us? How are we accepting this? And I wasn't angry with God. I really just wanted to partner with Him in this war against sin and the wages of it. A few years later, didn't know I'd be in a position again dealing with death. And there I am with my wife in the hospital, actually on my birthday, and looking down, and we're holding the lifeless body of my little baby girl. And I remember looking at her and just thinking, I would do anything to trade places with her. And it's that moment that I really felt connected to the heart of God, and I felt God saying to me, that's exactly what I did for you. Just 2 years after that, we were in the same position again, and we were at the hospital. There were complications again. We were worried and thinking this was going to be the same thing that happened last time. Actually, my wife had to be rushed to the operating room for an emergency C-section. They closed the door, blocked me out. I couldn't get in, and cell phone service was gone. I was just sitting there in the void, and I felt all alone, and I was questioning, where is God right now? And I prayed, and I just really felt a strong sense of His presence right there. It was amazing. He didn't say anything, but I just knew He was there. A few minutes later, the door opened, and I was able to look into the face of one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen in my life. A healthy, beautiful baby girl, Kalia Jade. And it was in that moment that I realized that the gospel is really about how God restores. But even more than that, I've always felt that the gospel was about God's proximity to us in the midst of our pain, in the midst of our hurt. And when you experience Him, when you experience Jesus Christ, it changes everything.